These 12 signs are known as Aries, the celestial lamb, Taurus, the celestial bull, Gemini, celestial twins, Cancer, the celestial crab. At first it was known as a scarab. I'll come there. And then Leo, the celestial lion, Virgo, the celestial maiden or virgin. Libra has to do with the celestial judge who holds a balance in the right hand and a sword in the left hand, a woman who is naked. And then Scorpius has to do with the celestial scorpion. And then Sagittarius is the celestial archer. Capricorn is the celestial sea goat, part fish, part goat. And then Aquarius is connected to the celestial man who has a pitch in his hand, pouring water on the ground. So he's known as the celestial pitcher or the son of man. Then Pisces, the celestial fish. There are two fishes. They have their lower parts combined with their upper parts separate. So these are the 12 constellations of stars that are encircling our Earth. 16 degrees wide. Yeah.
Okay. So the impact on the human and the environment as a whole.
Okay. Our world are inhabited. If I use the word are, I don't use is because there are worlds that interpenetrate ours, known as, example, we have one particular world that are subdivided into fourfold, known as the fourth dimension. Others call it the elemental plane. Others call it the etheric plane. Others call it the sublunar realm. They have the elemental plane of water, elemental plane of fire, elemental plane of air, and elemental plane of earth, where ghosts, dwarfs, nature spirits, and other earthbound souls inhabit for some time before they transcend to the astral planes. We have the astral plane interpenetrating our world as well. And then we have the mental plane and the spiritual plane, all playing their roles here. So the human body is also made up of these worlds. We have the chemical body for our chemical world, solid, liquid, and gas. We have the ethereal body that feeds from the ethereal plane. And we have the astral body, the soul, eating from the astral world. We have the mental body, receiving messages and certain archetypal forms from the mental plane. And we have the spiritual body, eating from the spiritual plane. The ethereal plane cannot eat from the spiritual plane, but then must eat from the ethereal plane. Just that the ethereal plane is divided into fourfold of earth, water, air, and fire. So is the human ethereal body. Okay. Yeah, it's divided into earth. It's known as the chemical ether. Water is known as life ether. Air is known as light ether, and then reflective ether, per how the Rosicrucians have named them fourfold within the ethereal body. So you have seen the microcosm, the human, yes. And then we have seen the macrocosm, our world. Then you go to a tree. A tree doesn't have a soul. Okay. A tree only eats from the ethereal plane. When you get a soul, you'll be able to move. And then the soul inhabits the human body through the nervous system. Without the soul, we won't have any form of electrical impulses moving to and fro on our nerves. A tree has no nerves. That is why it has no soul. When we come to mineral, a mineral has no soul. It has no ethereal body, but it has a chemical body. But it is just surviving with the cosmic spiritual plane. That gives them some level of consciousness. Every stone is having some sort of a trance state consciousness.
A stone?
Yeah.
It's a non-living thing, right?
Yeah, that is what we see. But remember, nature spirit, known as the elemental spirit of earth, are able to pass through rocks, and their very self and their energies are passing through the stones. Some call it neutrinos in physics or in astronomy. So, before you'll be able to understand the human body completely, You shouldn't just cast a horoscope. Oh, you marry 10, you marry 2, you give birth to 30 children, you do this, you get promotion at job. No, no, no. Getting promotion is just one side. That is the material aspect of life.
And that's what most people know.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting part too.
You need to at least know something about our own physiology and know how metabolism takes place in the body. Metabolism doesn't just take place. The body is able to function fully when we see a star rising from the east and then a star crossing the midheaven or our meridian.
Okay.
Yes, that is where our circadian rhythm can rightfully be read, but not only the position of the sun in a certain constellation that is moving about our earth. No. Won't mean you saadi no sa no mumu. I just said what me who said the instrument nante how the constellations move. Okay. Then every star on the ascendant shows how life energy is able to move from one particular point of our body to the other. Knowing when the moon moves through these 12 constellations and how they affect the body. For example, if the moon is found around a star known as Regulus star, that is the heart of the celestial lion, and then Mars forms an angle of 90 degrees or 180 degrees with this, it represents someone who dies through heart attack.
Okay. Okay.
You see.
In your astrology, what calendar do you use?
I use my own figures. I use my own formulas.
Okay.
But not any other formula from the outside world, which is already used. So I am forming my own language and my own terms that can be used in my astrology.
Okay.
I have come out with what is known as the identity signs.
Okay.
The identity signs can be used both at the micro level and the macro level. That is in our bigger world and our small world. For you, for the animal, for the tree or the plant, for the mineral, can be used as well.
Wow.
And mine is able to identify between you and this other person, although you were born within the same hour, but differences in seconds, differences in days, and differences in years can make a huge contrast between you and the other person.
Wow.
At the same time, I'm the first person to come out with simple way of knowing what happens every hour of the day. And I have subdivided it into every minute. You'll be able to follow and know what this person is about to say as the constellations flow based on the theory of the fractal patterns or the theory of fractals that was coined by Mr. Mendobro. He's a mathematician. He was able to know that there are repetitions of forms in nature. These repetitions are known as fractal patterns, F-R-A-C-T-A-L, fractal patterns, or fractals, F-R-A-C-T-O-S. And this is what Pythagoras based his findings on it and brought about fractions, which is used in mathematics in our various classrooms. Yeah.
Your own findings?
Yeah, my own findings. I don't use anyone's theory. I use mine. And I'm able to build new things from other people's theories. Even they cannot realize since 5,500 BC till now.
Wow. Let me ask, when is the emeritus title coming on?
Oh, no.
Because this is amazing. Amazing.
Personally, I am not after titles. What is the most important is to find answers to unknown questions which our species have asked since the beginning of time till date.
Okay.
So that part of humans' problems is able to solve. The only thing we are looking forward to seeing is for our government, to incumbent governments to just give license to esoteric teachings in our various formal institutions, to broaden the scope of understanding of our people so that when they have come out of school, they become good products.
Okay.
That will be beneficial to our world, our planet, our living organism planet. And then the person becomes instrumental to human life. If what is taught in our various schools, especially, 90% of them are unimportant, that molds our people to come out of school with nothing in their heads.
Oh.
Yes. And that has made our world so And then we'll be able to find answers if the battle is won by the forces of light.
That's cool. I'll be asking you more about your formulas and stuff, but then before that, let me ask you general attribute of each sign. Can you just give us short ones?
General attribute of each sign.
Yes.
Aries, which starts from tropical, it starts from 21st of March to April 19th, are those that are impulsive by nature.
Okay.
When I use the word impulsive, I mean that those that don't plan beforehand, but just act upon in response to external happenings, so that they have made grave mistakes, then they come back to regret what they have already done.
Okay.
It represents selfishness, and then it also represents quick temper, and then the tendencies of trying to control and command people. They lack continuity. They start and they end on the way without completing what they start.
For Aries.
Yes,
Okay.
and then they jump into worry. Taurus are foodians. They like food. They like sweet things, and Taurus represent the ethereal plane when we come to esoteric astrology. And so Jupiter on the planetary aspect also represent the ethereal plane and represent sweetness when it comes to taste. So those born on the Taurus are foodians, and they like sweet things like spicy foods like spaghetti and stuff. And they like...
I know someone.
So
but I wouldn't mention names.
So they are prone to illnesses, and they are those people mostly born when they come to this world with diseases.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a disease that comes from childbirth. And then the third aspect has to do with Gemini. Gemini represents a scattered mind. They don't have plans.
Okay.
They are very intelligent. They are very eloquent, but they lack proper structure or organizational structure upon which they walk their path.
Okay.
So they are spontaneous. They do things without planning.
Gemini is from which date to which date?
21st of May to 20th June, and Taurus is from 20th of April to 20th May.
Okay.
Then Cancer has to do with the crab, celestial crab, 21st June to 20th July. They are those that are oversensitive by nature.
Okay.
And then they are so much concerned with the past and easily jump into worry and mood swings. They will do anything for their family. They have their siblings scattered upon the face of the earth, yet they are emotionally and mentally connected. And this soul is ready to carry the burdens of the family. And the family is the most important thing to them, more than anything else.
Cancer.
Yes, and we come to Leo, 21st July to 20th August.
Okay.
They are those that hate to fail. They hate to fail totally.
The lions.
Yes.
Okay.
They are proud of themselves, and their pride is what keeps them going. Okay. So if you try to just become an obstacle on the way, trying to dent their images so that they lose their pride, they will fight till death. Okay. They never give up. They will fight till death. And the Leos are those that are pompous, and recognition is the most important thing for them in the society. So when they are coming from the outskirts of the town, you hear of these people. They talk loud. Yes, they like attention. They want to be the center of attention. That's Leo.
The Leo.
And the Virgo. And the Virgo starts from 21st August to 20th September.
Okay.
The Virgos are critical by nature. They have problem with whatever someone does or people do. They want theirs to work, and with others, they find fault. They are skeptical about nature, and those people are always confused and doubt many things about those around them.
Okay.
They will do anything for the poor and the needy, and they are mostly attracted to philanthropy. Yes, but they are ready to sacrifice their lives and then do anything. That is, when it comes to voluntary work, the Virgo is there. They are multi-talented, and then they are those that enjoy to do things alone, other than in a group. Yeah. And then Libra cannot do things alone. They are always looking forward to having a partner who will help them develop on whatever they start. They fear rejection, and it starts from 21st September to 20th October.
Okay.
Yes. it brings about indecision and then pain in the heart, which one finds very difficult to let go.
Okay.
That is Libras. And the Scorpios, 21st October to 20th November, are those that are jealous by nature. And then they find it very hard to forgive what people has done to them. And then they are revengeful by nature. When you do something to them, they will avenge whatever you've done to them.
The Scorpios.
Yeah, they are loving. The degree with which they love you will be the same degree they will hate you when you do them wrong. Yes. So most women that are born under Scorpios are not married. They are alone.
Oh, okay.
Yes. They are able to use sharp tongues, using foul languages, derogatory remarks, casting aspersions on others. They can use a word for you which will break your heart forever.
The Scorpios.
Yes. Yes. They come to Sagittarius. Sagittarians love traveling.
Oh, okay.
And they love freedom. But they are tactless by nature. When you see someone is tactless, they speak the truth. They don't care whether that truth goes for a superior or an inferior. When they are speaking the truth, they will talk their mind, whether you be affected or not. Because of this, they are always in trouble. In their lives, they meet superiors who assist them and then try to help them or fund. They are having to travel long distance to a distant place or the diaspora. They love to be in religious places or they love spiritual stuff, but there are those whose minds are cast always in the past than the future. By the time they realize it's too late, they are very good in law and spirituality, and it represents the sign of inquisitiveness. Yes. Capricorns, that is Sagittarians, are born from 21st of November to 20th December. And then Capricorns are born from 21st December to 20th January. Capricornians are shy by nature. They always love to do things in secret. But then they never give up on what they are doing. No matter what, they will go slow till they achieve what they want. But the shyness keeps them off from people. A Capricornian or Capricorns are those that receive strict parenting whilst they were young.
Okay.
And these people will do anything in their power to sacrifice themselves for the family. The difference between the Capricorn and the Cancer is that Cancerians also sacrifice for their families and siblings, yet they are given much freedom in their childhood, and the Capricornians are given strict parenting in their childhood. Yes.
Okay.
Because of this, Capricornians are found mostly in their homes, finding it very difficult to detach themselves from the family. But the Cancerian receives early separation from family.
Okay.
And then, yes, but these two two souls, Capricornian and then a Cancerian, both sacrifice for their family. But one is giving freedom, that's the Cancerian, and the Capricornian is giving
strict parenting.
And Aquarius start from 21st of January to February 18th.
Okay.
Yes. And then there are those that work best in teams than in alone. But they are naturally inwardly detached from people. Yes, but when they are working, they work best in groups. Aquarians are those that are very serious with their task. They will do their work so well, just that they receive disappointment at the end of the day.
Oh.
Yes. Those that are born in Aquarius find this burden coming upon them through their own children. Yes. We have those born in the first 10 days, second 10 days, 10 days, we will come there one day.
Okay.
In order not to make things so complicated. So Aquarians are naturally hardworking people. Just that they also cannot be alone. They always must attach themselves to teams, groups, associations, unions in order for them to perform so well.
Okay.
Yes. And then Pisces. Pisces have affection naturally. They have empathy.
Okay.
An empath is someone who feels the pain,
Okay.
the anguish and the miseries of the fellow human.
Okay.
So these people will give everything away to those that are in need of their help. They live more in their imaginations than the physical aspect of life. and they are the most emotional among all the zodiac signs. When you say something is emotional, it has to do with someone who is predictive. Arians have these tendencies, but the Piscean is predictive.
Okay.
Yes, something that hasn't happened. They cast their minds on it, bring it into the present to worry their own selves.
Okay.
Or the situation must have passed away.